Hey Winnicott, how's it going? I'm Andre Coleman.
And I'm Nick Sita.
We have a bunch of great stories for you guys today.
So buckle up your seatbelts and let's take a ride on the WHTV train.
Choo-choo!
First to kick off our show, we have a story on the ancient style of pottery brought to us by Kayla Wierzchniak and Cole Evans. Let's check it out.
What's up, Winnicott? Kayla and I are here at the Well House Farm for a field trip for the ceramics class. They're doing a specialty on raku firing here. Let's check it out. You may have seen them during the art show selling their pots and heard their deals in the announcements, but all the hard work came with a good cause. The candy-filled handmade bowls helped fund this trip, during which they exceeded their initial fundraising goal. Students got to enjoy their day at Well House Pottery in Springfield, New Hampshire, learning about raku and getting pointers on creating stronger and better pottery. Raku is a firing process which means comfort or ease in Japanese and comes from the Kyoto, Japan, where it traditionally is used to serve tea. The process starts with glazing. After submerging the piece of pottery into the glaze, the pots are placed in a kiln until it reaches the desired temperature of about 1800 degrees. The pots are quickly removed from glowing red and put into a covered container with combustible material. After the pots are removed from the container, they are rinsed and ready to go. Raku is popular amongst modern potters for its unpredictable outcomes and bright, intense colors. The students recalled their favorite parts of this process and this trip.
My favorite part was learning a new firing technique.
My favorite part was probably attempting to pull the stuff out of the kiln. Worst part was dropping the pot after.
My favorite part was seeing the pieces after they were fired.
My favorite part was experiencing something that you don't really get to experience in school.
Mrs. Edgar explains the purpose of this trip and why it was important for students to experience this.
So I really love taking students on field trips, primarily so we can have some kind of shared experience together outside of school. This particular place, Well House Farm Pottery, was a great place to visit because we got to see a huge studio and they got to see how another studio would run. First-hand experience, they got to really, to do this glazing and to participate in the raku firing.
The students had a great time and learned many different things.
What I learned was some new skills on how to shape pottery.
I learned how detailed the raku firing process was.
I learned that raku firing is pretty cool.
I thought it was a huge success, one of the best trips I've ever been on. I will definitely continue to look for opportunities to experience the raku firing because it is so exciting and memorable.
The raku firing was a great learning experience for everybody, and all their pots turned out great. I hope this tradition can continue. Kayla and I, signing out.
Thanks for that story about pottery.
Yes, I do love a good story about making pots.
I actually have one right here.
Wow, that's a nice pot.
You really think so?
Yeah, can I see it? Wow. Did you make this?
Yeah, I did. You
Wow.
like it?
Yeah, it's incredible.
Can I have it back?
Can I keep it?
You can borrow it if I can get it back after the show.
No, only if I can have the pot.
Okay, fine. You can have the pot.
All right, well, last weekend was the Winnicott Car Show fundraiser for the sophomore class where students could show off their whips. Emily Durant and Kayla Wierzchniak have the story.
This past Saturday, 216 held their car show fundraiser, and it rocked. Check it out, Winnicott.
Ooh, girl, you're shining like a Fifth Avenue diamond, and they gon' make you like we used to. You're never going out of style. Yeah, ooh, pretty baby, this world might have gone crazy. The way you say me, who can blame me when I just wanna make you smile? I wanna throw you like Michael. I wanna kiss you like Prince.
Car show rocks. Got some sick cars here. 216 rocks, baby.
I think the event is awesome. Good food, good people. Good luck in the future.
The car show turned out really well. For everyone that thought it was going to be a huge joke, it turned out amazing. We earned so much money today. Thank you for everyone who helped out.
My name's Eddie Shea, live in Tewksbury, Mass. And I came to the show because of Mike here, his kids are involved. And I think you had a real good turnout for the first time.
The 216 Student Council proved everyone wrong. This was not a joke. It came out so nice. And everyone looked wicked good. And there's so many cars and so many great performers. And we're really proud of everyone.
For the class of 216, the car show made $4,553, which doubled our bank account and gave us a great start on our prom and senior banquet budget.
216!
We read about your car show, and I also recorded your ad for the radio for WNHN.
We had a surprisingly good turnout. We got a lot of cool cars today, and we're really glad everybody came out.
I'm really happy about this. It turned out really good. The weather's good too.
It's a great event. 216's doing a good job with the car show, and we've sold lots of pizza, so it's been great.
Well, we put a lot of work into it, and we didn't know if we were going to pull it off or not, so I'm really proud of what our class accomplished and how well today went. We'll definitely be doing it next year.
Despite everyone's doubts, 216 did a really great job with this event. Thank you to all our sponsors and everyone in the community that came out to support us. This is Emily and Kayla signing out.
None of those can top my Toyota.
My Pontiac can probably top your Toyota.
We'll have to race sometime. Responsibly, of course.
Maybe we can time our 0 to 30 on Winnicott Road.
I think a drifting competition in the Exeter High School parking lot would be a better idea.
Do you think that Mr. McGowan would approve of a drifting club?
I mean, as long as it's a club and we have a teacher on site, then I don't see what the big deal is.
But you want to know what is a big deal?
What's that?
Prohibition.
I think there are much more important things than that.
Tell that to the state of Pennsylvania.
Well, in case you have no idea what we're talking about, Kyle and Ryan can help fill you in. Roll it.
What up, Winnicott? Cal and I out here in front of the secret party. We're about to go crash it. Let's check it out.
Password?
Old sport. A speakeasy was an establishment that sold alcohol after the United States banned the use of alcohol in 1920. It was called a speakeasy because the owner wanted to keep people from attracting attention and would tell the patrons to be quiet or speak easy about the event. The name remains the same today. Speakeasies were often held in bars, restaurants, salons, and other safe, secure places. In order to attend these parties, you must know a secret password. Mr. Conley and Mrs. Roberge hosted their own speakeasy here at Winnicott.
So we decided to do this project because we feel like the best way for students to learn about history is to experience it and to make connections as closely as they can by having it lived out through their own lives.
So what we're trying to do here is really recreate that atmosphere while we're learning about these historical figures and celebrities that are associated with the 1920s.
I think that this provides a really cool opportunity to show their knowledge. That's something different than taking a test, and I think most students would probably say that they enjoy this more than taking a traditional pen and paper test.
Kyle and I talked to some of the people who attended this speakeasy.
Alright, so I'm President Warren G. Harding, the 29th President of the United States. When I was in office, I had a heart attack and died.
I'm Al Capone, and during the 1920s, I was the baddest gangster.
I'm Louis Armstrong. I was a famous jazz musician in the 20s. I was arguably the best at what I did, and I played at speakeasies. I was really close with Al Capone. He was the one that invited me to the speakeasies because he liked me.
Well, Winnicott, as you can see, the speakeasy was a success. I think it's time for us to call a taxi. Ryan and Kyle, signing out.
I would hate to live in that time.
Why? We can't drink anyway.
Well, due to prohibition, gangsters were on the rise.
Maybe we need that again. You're all soft.
I think that's all we got for you today, Winnicott. For WHTV World News, I'm Nick Sita.
And I'm Henri Coleman. Your move, Winter Chronicle.